Hello and welcome in our next YouTube video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe the channel. Let's begin. India is one of the most rapidly growing militaries in the world. India have evolved from a regional force with tactical capabilities to a growing strategic force with global reach. They are heavily dependent on foreign suppliers for equipment as their local industry hasn't quite delivered as promised. But the ones in our list are top quality indigenous systems. This video will cover the 10 most powerful weapon systems used by the Indian Armed Forces. At number 10, PINAKA Multiple Launch Rocket System. The PINAKA was India's long-range replacement for the vintage PM-21 Grad system. It entered service in 1998 as a 40-kilometer range system and consists of 12 rockets mounted on an 8x8 truck. An improved variant with 65-kilometer range rockets is currently in service. These are highly networked rocket launchers and operate in conjunction with weapon locating radars, battlefield surveillance radars, unmanned aerial vehicles, and long-range infrared radars, and optical sighting systems which enhance their effectiveness in combat. DRDO has teamed with Israel Military Industries to install a GPS guidance system on the rockets to use them for precision attacks. At number 9, Ballistic Missile Defense System. The Indian Ballistic Missile Defense Program raised eyebrows when it was first announced and has come a long way since. It has been successfully tested against a short-range ballistic missile and is reportedly deployable at short notice to protect major cities. Two interceptor missiles, the Prithvi Air Defense and the Advanced Air Defense, along with the Green Pine radar, form the core of this system. The Prithvi Air Defense is an exo-atmospheric interceptor with a ceiling of over 80 km and a range of over 2000 km. It is used to intercept ballistic missiles which are traveling outside the Earth's atmosphere. The Advanced Air Defense is an endo-atmospheric interceptor with a range of 250 plus km and a ceiling of 30 km. It's used to intercept short-range ballistic missiles. At number 8, Nag Missile Carrier. This is a relatively unknown weapon that is developed by India. The core of the system is the third generation Nag anti-tank missile mounted on a modified BMP-2 chassis. It contains 8 Nag missiles in armored box launchers, plus a further 8 for reload with a complete optical and infrared sensor suite to detect enemy tanks. These missiles are fire and forget and have a top attack capability which allows them to target the vulnerable top part of the tanks. The Nag has a tandem high explosive anti-tank warhead which enables it to penetrate any armor in the region. It has successfully detected targets at 5 km and engaged them in day and night conditions and has demonstrated its ability to destroy enemy tanks. The most unique ability of this system is its amphibious capability, which allows it to cross any water body in the battlefield. At number 7, P8I Neptune. India has a 7,500 km long coastline and hundreds of islands which need protection. The water bodies surrounding India are expansive and perfect for hostile submarine to lurk in. That's where the P8I comes in. It was chosen for its excellent endurance and sensor suite, which is unequaled by any other anti-submarine aircraft. It has a mission endurance of 4 hours at a distance of 2000 km from base. This means that it can fly 2000 km from base, hunt submarines for 4 hours, and then fly back 2000 km to base on just its internal fuel. The fact that it is essentially a modified commercial airliner makes its maintenance very easy. The P8I has a long-range search radar in its nose, and the Indian variant is unique in having a magnetic anomaly detection boom to hunt submarines. At number 6, T-90 BHEESHMA. Being an operator of over 5,000 T-55, T-72 tanks, it was natural that the Indian Army chose the T-90s as their replacement. It weighs just 48 tons and has a crew of 3, which is made possible by the use of an autoloader for the 125 smoothbore gun. The unique feature of this tank is its ability to fire the anti-tank missile from its barrel. The other special feature is that even though the 12.7 machine gun mounted on the turret is manually operated, it can also be remotely controlled from inside the turret by the commander. The Indian variants have indigenous Kanchan ceramic armor, which is topped by a layer of explosive reactive armor. It is powered by a diesel engine, which makes maintenance easier and reduces fuel consumption compared to the gas turbines of the T-80s. Grabbing a place in top 5s. At number 5, we have the INS VIKRAMADITYA. India's latest aircraft carrier, the INS VIKRAMADITYA, is the largest ship ever operated by them. This 45,000-ton refurbished carrier is currently the most powerful asset in the Indian Ocean. It has the capacity to deploy 24 MiG-29K fighters along with 6 attack helicopters. This formidable combination gives the Indian Navy a very useful power projection tool. The carrier has a Russian electronic and sensor suite, which is said to be powerful enough to prevent it from being tracked by powerful airborne radar systems. At number 4, PHALCON Airborne Early Warning and Control System. India was late in entering the AWACS scene, but they did so with a bang. By procuring what is described as the most advanced AWACS in the world. It consists of an Israeli ELTA ELW-2090 radar mounted on a Russian IL-76 aircraft. This radar is a 360-degree active electronically scanning array which is mounted inside a dome on top of the IL-76. The specialty of the radar is that it is stationary as its beams are electronically steered as well, which eliminates the need for the radar to be steered mechanically. This allows it to track targets 10 times faster when compared to well-known systems. At number 3, the INS CHAKRA. After acquiring the Aquila II class nuclear submarine NERPA from Russia on a lease for 10 years, the Indian Navy gained the ability to provide a long-range underwater escort for their carriers and destroyers. The INS CHAKRA is modified for Indian needs and carries a mix of 36 torpedoes and club anti-ship missiles which can be fired from the 8x533 torpedo tubes. There are reports that India will acquire another Aquila submarine, the IRBIS, which is currently under construction. It may be modified to carry vertical launch tubes for BRAHMOS missiles. At number 2, we have the BRAHMOS missile. This is undoubtedly the most famous weapon that India has. It was the result of a joint venture between India and Russia to modify the Yakoth missile for Indian needs and make it into a universal missile which could be launched from any platform. This 9-meter-long missile, which weighs 3 tons, has now become the backbone of the Indian Defence Forces as a long-range standoff weapon. It is currently employed by the Indian Navy on most of their major warships. Indian Army has inducted 3 regiments and the Air Force is conducting trials for the air-launched variant. The air-launched variant has a reduced weight of 2.5 tons and one missile can be carried under the fuselage of the Sukhoi 30 MKI. The current production rate is said to be 100 missiles per year. And finally, coming first is the Sukhoi 30 MKI. If there is one aircraft that has defined the Indian Air Force in the 21st century, it's the Sukhoi 30 MKI. This is a long-range, multi-role, super-maneuverable 4.5 plus generation fighter which is built according to Indian specifications. The baseline Su-30Mk from Russia was modified with French, Israeli, and Indian avionics to create the ultimate Su-30 variant for India. It became Su-30MKI, where I stands for India. After realizing the combat potential and versatility of this amazing fighter, the Indian Air Force placed an order for 272 aircraft, which makes India the largest Su-30 operator in the world. I hope with the weapon systems covered in this video, it gave you a brief idea about the capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching.